in media. I want fairness just in like, the people who control shit. Now, it's nothing wrong if you don't like a motherfucker, but if you state it, Young Boy, Uzi, I feel like for whatever reason they don't get nominated. It's like they don't exist. I think Polo G also realizes he's kind of in that box too a little bit. I think Dirk is in that box too, where these people are affecting the culture. These people are known in the culture. These people are lit. But when it comes to like award shows and mainstream shit, like they don't get no recognition. It's like they don't fucking exist. It's like Dirk dropped a phenomenal project just because y'all waited too, and he dropped the deluxe that was really well received. Nobody gives a fuck like on the award side of things, but people love it. Uzi dropped Eternal Take. He hasn't dropped music in 3 years. People loved it. He did what he did. He did a deluxe to really get everybody. There's nobody who I know who listens to Uzi at all that says they weren't happy and pleased with what they got. Right? Now, because Uzi don't run around and do a bunch of interviews, because he doesn't like, play the politics game, which is a lot of sucking dick and licking toes, he's not ever gonna ever get the awards and accolades as he should. You know what I mean? In the film industry, and Monique exposed this to some degree. When your film is up for a Oscar, you literally have to show up to these dinners. You got to meet and greet with people, do favors, give drops. You're pretty much like, you got to play the game if you want to get awarded. So the music or the films is one thing, but it's a lot of times how willing you are to submit to the higher powers that gets you the awards. Right? So, yeah, you dropped the best album as in Lil Baby, but did Lil Baby go up to Spotify and suck every dick up there? Did Lil Baby motherfucking go talk to every fucking radio person? Did he, it's a lot of things that go into it. And a lot of times, especially when it comes to artists like Young Boy, we look at him being lit online and let me tell you, no outlet wants to cover Young Boy. Let's be clear. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. Shit, I remember the week when the whole, domestic violence thing happened with Young Boy. I remember outlets was canceling stories left and right. He did stuff with them. No, we ain't putting it out, blah, blah, because you know what? They didn't want to be associated with the nigga that did that. Now, here's the thing. He remains so hot, and the people are talking about him so much, and really the media wants to get the attention of whatever is hot. They have to talk about him now, but they're not going to award him. So, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I guess we could just do a story about Young Boy and get all the Young Boy fans clicking over here, but are we going to give him this nigga an award to make him feel like, yo, he actually did some shit? No. It's a very nasty game when it comes to politics and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not often fair. It's about usually who plays the game, and usually, unfortunately, it's about who you're friends with and who you're doing favors for, okay? Nothing against the artists that do it. By the way, I won't out this person because we had a great conversation. I don't even know how I could say this without outing them. And they admitted to me, I'll just say a top artist. Yeah, I know. It's only a few artists that's top, at least for me. Pause. We were talking about Grammys, so y'all know what type of artist we're talking about now. This artist has won Grammys before, too. Hopefully I ain't give it away yet. But I was talking to a person, and I ain't talking no random this is a person who is like the manager. And he said, yo, we ain't get nominated this year. And he's like, yo, I hear people mentioning like, yo, maybe we're taking a step back or falling off. But I said, honestly, we just didn't play the game. They invited us to the awards. We told them we weren't going to come. We had a tour. We weren't going to cancel. They want us to do this. We told them we couldn't do it. We couldn't accommodate them this year. So you know what happens? We didn't get nominated, and also we didn't get awarded. That person then told me, this is before it happened, they said, next year as we're rolling out this next project, we're going to do everything that everybody does to get awards. Lo and behold, and by the way, this was 2-3 years ago. Lo and behold, the year after, they cleaned up. Again, it's clear that award shows and things that should be of merit ain't just about the music. It's about how you act, how you could submit, and how you could literally kiss ass. Addressing real quick and just trying to be in fairness. Again, we're going to play King Von's album. Salute to everybody who listened to Trippy's. You guys can still let me know what you guys think about that. Because of Ebro this week, and I don't have any issues with Ebro. We've had our little, but I consider that's like just media personalities bumping shoulders, bumping heads. But I'll say me and Uzi's relationship has improved. We've never really communicated. Like, as much as I love his music, we've never really communicated. You know, of course, the first time, you know, he's acknowledged me a bunch of times, but like, you know, remember he had put my name in that song where he was dissing Rich and whatever. And sometimes I think one time he even like went at me over some shit that it was his manager. I talked to his managers and shit like that, or used to be his managers. But now we're definitely in a place where like we communicate and, hey, you know, I think what happens with that, it's not like a stunt. It's to say who knows what we might do content-wise later. People like Uzi, Youngboy, they don't do content. Not because you're trying to act cool. I think, you know, Uzi used to do content, Youngboy too. They kind of felt like it wasn't worthwhile, or they felt like the people they were doing it with, it didn't get them. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't want to do the same thing other artists did. So, who knows? I know you guys are waiting for that interview with Youngboy. I'll ask that nigga again tomorrow. But you know, we'll figure out what's going on with that. Anyway, me and Uzi doing some content, that would be iconic. There's a couple of the people on that short list that I want to get to, because I don't think they'll do content with anybody else. So that'll happen. But podcast. Let me give you the straight up the latest development on like what this podcast thing is. There's a lot of people involved. I'm trying to do this the right way. They want me to start at a particular date. I want to start earlier. I want to start in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or next week or this week. You get me? I want to start quicker than they want to start. You know, they're thinking about rollout this and third. Yes, I have signed a deal for the podcast, which honestly, I'm gonna be honest, like, talk about the power for brand to walk into a situation, and I've never done a podcast before, but get offered hundreds of thousands of dollars just to do a podcast, which I've never done before. I think they just believe in Akademiks, and not just me as a person and a personality, but they believe in the brand. So it means I have to work with other people as well, okay? When I mean work with other people, like, there's companies that is going to be doing whatever, however podcasts make money. I didn't want to get into that. However, I'm used to doing shit the YouTube way, which means if I think of a dope idea, I could do it tomorrow. And I'm having a couple calls in the morning because I want to start this podcast ASAP, okay? I want to start it, like, next week. You get me? Like, I've built out a great set. This is my streaming / studio room. I have a whole podcast, like, fucking studio, which I've turned my bar area into like a whole, it's like, and I'm giving you the vision. I don't want to say too much before y'all see it. And also I want to say some shit and then somebody steal my shit. But like the podcast I'm having, this is like the ultimate, like, just man cave, like, yo, like, just fuck barbershop talk, just straight nigga shit. You feel me? And it doesn't mean that women aren't involved or welcomed, but it's like it's the man cave. You feel me? So that's already kind of like, when I even bought this crib, like, that's already like the vibe of like the bar area. I could tell like the millionaire nigga who owned the shit, that was his type of shit. But that was the feel of how I want the podcast to look. But, you know, the content wise, you know, we're gonna work that shit out. But that's where we're at right now. So it's like, if you're wondering what this podcast is gonna be, it's just gonna be just the ultimate man cave, man. You feel me? And yeah, like, fuck that simping shit, fuck the other shit. Like, you know what I mean? We're not gonna be pandering to whatever social justice, you know, issue is going on for the moment. Nah, we're unapologetically men. I'm sorry. And I know we were saying we, but I don't have a co-host yet. It's really just me. So me and anybody else. And to be honest, I'm actually probably trying to mix it up and add a female to it as well. So, you know what I mean? I don't want this just to be a monolithic voice. But, you know, I'm very adamant, and I've been having conversations with the people who, you know, I'm getting into business with, to say, yo, let's not repeat what just happened at Complex. I don't want that to happen again. And what I mean by that, and you know, Complex is going through many different changes. So, you know, in the last couple of months, like the people at the top super different, right? So again, on one sense, I could say, yo, y'all know, like I'm a quote unquote problematic, controversial nigga, right? Like, what you think? I'm just gonna be up here like, yo, like roses and dandelions? Like, some shit might go left one time. You get me? With these new people, I'm making them very aware. Yeah, I talk shit. Okay, just you should Google me before the money. Cool, but before I sign on this dotted line, I don't want like 2 weeks in. You're like, I said what? Nah, fuck all that. Okay, if you're gonna rock with it, you rock with it. If you're not gonna rock with it, hey, listen. The business of academics is always gonna be lucrative, and somebody's always gonna invest. Or to be honest, fuck an investor. I got enough. You know what I mean? So, that's my new thing. You know what I mean? Like, going forward into the future, because I know y'all and what we've built here, I don't think, and y'all could tell me if I'm wrong, y'all don't want a very pussified version of Ak where I'm like, watching not saying I'm trying to be reckless and nothing like that, but when a nigga, like, they snipped his balls, you know what I mean, right? Like, bro, you can't talk about nothing anymore, you feel me? And I don't want to be censored. Again, I don't think I'm naturally, like, so radioactive or toxic that I'm going to blow up the building. But I think I could disseminate and give my point of view, which might not be for everybody. And it might not, align with what everybody thinks, but it shouldn't be as too offensive where everybody's like, oh my God, let's kill this nigga. So that's my thing. I don't like censorship. I don't like this new pussified, like, wave that we're going into where basically you don't even have an opinion anymore, right? Like for example, like, you see all these niggas even talking about Meg. They're scared to say, yo, I think this chick lying. You know what I mean? They're scared to say it. Let's be honest. Like, they're thinking it. As soon as the camera turns on, like, yo, I think Meg lying. But when the camera's on, they're like, oh, no, we got to protect women. Yo, listen, man, black women are the most, unprotected, people on this planet. Yo, listen, man. Yo, nobody gets disrespected more than the black woman. They're just repeating fucking Twitter quotes. Like, these are like just like the Twitter rhetoric of like, yo, how to be a bitch. You know what I mean? And not saying those things, which are the rhetoric lines, ain't true. But God damn it, like, can we take it on a case-by-case basis? You know what I mean? I try to take shit on a case-by-case basis. Like, I'm not, like, I'm glad I feel like I have a little space to do it because I've kind of built a lot of stuff myself. But, like, I imagine some of these people who work for these corporations, they're, like, so pussified. It's like, you got to say a certain thing. Like, yeah, not because, like, I'm on any platform means I'm like, oh, no, just go vote Joe Biden. Nah, okay, I could talk shit about both Biden and Trump. Who gives a fuck? These days it feels like, yo, you just got to follow the agenda of the, the masses. That's just not my thing. You get me? In any type of way, whether it's politics, whether it's issues to that deal with, like the Megan Tory shit. It's just, I don't know, So I like, and I hope y'all appreciate that independent thought. And shit, sometimes I might be wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I think that's why I love my audience, because shit, y'all will respect it. That, like, at least I'll say the shit. You feel me? Because most people, they don't got an original thought in their body. They're scared. They're scared to really say some shit. And they're scared, and not only, let me not use the word scared, they're just not trying to piss off other people they're trying to get money from and partners. But that's not really a way to really have success, at least in my opinion, because at that point you're controlled. How could you really stand out if you're spending your whole time trying to fit in? I don't know. So going forward, I've instructed everybody around me who might care about the interest of me. Hey, listen, for anybody I'm going to get in business with, they need to know who I am, how I am, who doesn't like me, and also you got to accept it. You feel me? Like, I remember, again, no disrespect to Complex, but I remember when I first got there and we had the fucking situation with Vic Mensa. somebody brought up like they were almost mad. They were like, yo, Ak, you gotta let us know who don't like you. I said, how the fuck y'all hire me? I ain't realize what the fuck I was doing. Like, it was mad at me that niggas didn't like me. I'm like, so wait, y'all hired me to talk shit. And then when my shit talking from the past has come back to light, you're like, what? Come on, man. You have to I ain't playing no more music. We'll get to Metro Nudie tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more too. So again, yo, I really only say that because, you know, I don't know, like I think I'm at an interesting point. And it's an interesting point where I remember I was here in 2017 when I was doing YouTube, and I love YouTube. I still love YouTube. And I'm actually about to, you know, I'm watching how YouTube is going. I'm actually regaining my love for it.